We have a brand new legal breaking update regarding the illegal firing and Judge Amy Berman Jackson putting a restraining order on Donald Trump to prevent him from illegally firing Hampton Dellinger, who's the head of the whistleblower agency Office of Special Counsel. What all does that brand new legal reporting detail? Let's figure that out in today's video. I'm going to break it down for you guys. This article is by Courthouse News Service. The article is titled, Federal Judge Briefly Extends Bar on Trump's Bid to Fire Government Watchdog. The decision to terminate Hampton Dellinger is the first in the president's firing spree to come before the Supreme Court. By Ryan Knappensberger. And the article reads, Washington CN. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue with the article, I will have you guys note that sorry about that, guys. I will have you guys note that Donald Trump was immediately denied his request for the Supreme Court to intervene illegally on whether he can lawfully fire Hampton Dellinger or not. Let's get into the article. Hampton Dellinger, the head of the Office of Special Counsel, can remain in his post until March 1. A federal judge ruled Wednesday, extending a block on President Donald Trump's attempt to remove the independent government watchdog. But only hours after U.S. District Judge Amy Berman Jackson extended a temporary restraining order keeping Dillinger in office, Trump asked the Supreme Court for emergency interventions. The High Court punted on Trump's previous appeal, the first in Trump's firing spree to rise to the court. Since then, Dillinger challenged the legality of probationary employees, Trump said. The action demonstrated why the watchdog needed to be removed from office immediately. That is a complete lie, ladies and gentlemen. That does not quote, in short, a fired special counsel is wielding executive power over the elected executive's objection to halt employment decisions made by other executive agencies, end quote. Sarah Harris, the acting Solicitor General, wrote in a letter to the court. Trump asked the justices to vacate Jackson's order, but suggested that at the very least the High Court needed to continue holding his application in abeyance until a final ruling from the lower court. In her 5-page order, Jackson said the extension would allow her to properly consider the significant constitutional questions at hand and provide a more substantial opinion on Dillinger's permanent injunction motion for the High Court to consider. The Office of Special Counsel was created in 1979 to protect whistleblowers through the federal government, including its executive branch agencies. It does not have prosecutorial power, nor is it connected to the special counsels appointed by the U.S. Attorney General, like former special counsel Jack Smith. Justice Attorney Madeleine McMahon argued at a Wednesday hearing that the public has a vested interest in a strong executive in preventing presidents from handpicking someone to replace Dillinger would cause Trump to, quote, lose control over an executive branch, end quote. Wait, ladies and gentlemen, let's back that up right there. So, she argues that that it'll prevent Donald Trump from handpicking somebody illegally to replace Hampton Dellinger when he handpicked the education secretary to head the education department. What kind of bullcrap is that? Continuing with the article. Jackson, a Barack Obama appointee, said the public also has a strong interest in protecting whistleblowers. That interest has garnered bipartisan support, as pointed out by Dillinger's attorney Joshua Matz of Hecker Fink, when he signed the the Whistleblower Protection Act of 1989. Republican former President George H.W. Bush praised the statute for, quote, enhancing the authority of the Special Counsel, Office of Special Counsel to protect whistleblowers, and retained the requirement that the agency head could be removed only for insufficiency, neglect of duty, or malfeasance. On Wednesday, Matz said the Office of Special Counsel's independence poses no threat to the president's executive authority. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to agree. The office whistleblower head does not pose a risk to Donald Trump. So that right there is debunked right there. Continuing with the article. Quote, "It seems to me that the president, who has sworn an oath to faithfully execute the law, would not perceive a need for direct political control of an office that exists to ensure that even when powerful people in government abuse their power." Cough, cough, ladies and gentlemen, like Donald Trump himself. Continuing with the article. There's somewhere for a whistleblower to go when they can be, or where they can be protected, Matz said. Matz acknowledged that Jackson cannot directly order Trump to reinstate Dillinger, and that Trump could find a for-cause reason to terminate him, but she could issue what's called a declaratory judgment that applies to those, my editorial edition, acting on behalf of Trump, he argued, such as Office of Management and Budget Director Russell Lloyd or Sergio Gort, who is the director of the White House Presidential Personnel Office. Jackson prevented Dillinger's termination on February 12th. The Justice Department appealed to the D.C. Circuit and the Supreme Court to reverse her temporary restraining order, which had been set to expire on Wednesday. The Supreme Court punted review until the order expired in an apparent 5-4 ruling Friday on its shadow docket. Justices Sotomayor and Ketanji Brown Jackson said that they would, my editorial edition, have denied the government's petition outright, while Justices Neil Gorsuch and Samuel Alito said that the federal judge exceeded her authority by interfering with the executive branch. Excuse me. One, no, she didn't. Because, here's why. What Donald Trump is doing is blatantly unconstitutional and illegal. Ketanji Brown, Gorsuch and Alito, you guys are the reason Donald Trump has the power, or thinks he has the authority and the power to do whatever the hell he wants. He does not regardless of what you say. He doesn't. Because nobody deserves to be above the law. Nobody. Not even that skinflint racist, discriminative Republican evil orange. Continuing with the article. The federal judge noted that, quote, very unusual posture, quote, of the case's circumstances in her order and during Wednesday's hearing, commenting that while the normal course could require the D.C. Circuit to review her decision first, the case was, quote, in some other world already, end quote. Dillinger is one of the several, my editorial edition, high-profile independent agency terminations to be challenged in the federal courthouse in Washington. Trump has moved to fire members of the National Labor Relations Board, the Federal Labor Relations Authority, the Merit Systems Protections Board, and the U.S. Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board since January 20th. He also terminated 17 inspectors general across federal agencies like the Department of Defense, State Education, Labor, Agriculture, Veterans Affairs, Health and Human Services, and others, 8 of whom sued him on February 12th. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's legal breaking analysis reporting. If you did enjoy this legal breaking analysis reporting update, please do feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat, and Threads. Which is one of the ways you guys can stay up to date on when I've posted a brand new legal breaking analysis video to the channel. Another way you guys can stay up to date is if you hit the little bell icon that's right next to the subscribe button on the right hand side of the screen. Please help me reach my goal for the channel of 110 plus subscribers. The reason why I'm saying 110 plus subscribers is because we have more subscribers to reach right after we reach the goal of 110 subscribers. All my social medias will be linked down below in the video description. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. And I will talk to you guys in the next legal breaking reporting. Please stay safe and please stay warm during this wintry weathery weather.